Okay, so now that we've gotten the driver's side throttle body done, we'll go ahead and take off the passenger side. This one's just a little bit easier than the other, so it should be a little quicker. All right.
Alright, so now we'll rebuild the passenger side. You can see here that he said it got stuck on the side of the road. He changed out an injector and they didn't have the gasket. So he just made one out of gasket material. Hey, gotta do what you gotta do, right?
We'll start the disassembly. This is basically the same as the driver's side if you've watched that. A couple little differences, but for the most part, beside the regulator, they're pretty much identical.
IAC's 1 5/16". And these fuel lines are 19 millimeter. It's a rubber gasket. It's a plastic gasket. For the life of me, I can't figure out why all this crap is so tight. There's no reason for this. Alright. Now this one you'll notice no hole, right? No hole and no plug. It's just a dummy. You've already adjusted your fuel pressure on the other side.
Now don't forget that's spring loaded. So put your thumb over top of it, keep it from blowing apart.
Remember how I said earlier, two different color springs. Here's a blue spring. We had a green spring in the other one. A dummy plug that just sits on the bottom. So nothing to go on there. Now at least this one's sitting in the right direction. If you remember the last one we took off, it was sitting in the wrong direction. It's got a lip for that holds the spring, right? The other one was sitting flat side out. So this is rebuilt, but both of them have the exact same, they both have the passenger side diaphragm. I thought for sure when I took it apart, I was going to see the driver's side diaphragm on this side, but they're both passenger side. So interesting. And then here, I'll try to clean this up a little bit, but you can see here, that's a piece of steel in there and that's starting to rust, but the diaphragm just sits up inside there. And that allows the fuel to run back. Now, on the passenger side, there's two adjustments that we need to knock out. One is right here. See this piece of, like they solder this to this, and then that way you can't turn this adjustment. And we'll need this adjustment to balance one side to the other. And then the other is another one of these plugs, right, that goes in there. So from the factory they were plugged, pull that plug out, which he did. He didn't drill this one, he just must have gone in and gotten the plug. And then he soldered the brass off. So this one's good to go. We're ready to adjust. Man, look at the rust just coming. Look at this. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. Alright, come on. It gets inside your fuel injector. I know it's going there. Look at all that. That's craziness. I think that's alcohol. Alcohol is very corrosive. I know gas isn't cheap, but you know what? How often are you driving these? You driving them every day? Maybe you are, I don't know. But try to get ethanol-free fuel. Man, you're just causing yourself problems. These cars weren't made for it. I don't know if that camera is picking up that pile of rust, but that's a giant pile of rust. And that all came off of these 4 ears in this circle. If that wasn't a problem, it was about to be. All right, I think that cleaned up pretty good. Giant pile of rust there. Let me take these 3 parts out, clean them, and I'll bring it back. I forgot my toothbrush. So I save old toothbrushes, and when I go to the dentist, I don't always like the toothbrushes that they give me. So I save them as well, and they're great for cleaning this. All right, so we blew out the passages. They seem to be good. This seems to be good. So everything should be ready to go back together. All right. Once again, make sure your ear isn't over there. 2 tits showing through those holes. Walk around your diaphragm. Make sure that your diaphragm isn't folded anywhere.
Yeah, some of this is just a little bit tedious, right? You just got to take these gaskets off. Be very careful that you don't shave any of the aluminum, right? Try to hold that razor blade almost flat with the metal, otherwise you'll gouge it and could end up with a leak. So you obviously don't want that. You want to make sure that you put everything back together and torque it to spec. All the torque specs are in the pamphlet. So take a look at the pamphlet, torque everything to spec, and you should be in good shape. You want to definitely put a little bit of WD-40 or some kind of lubricant when you're putting those O-rings together in the injector, but and that'll let that injector drop down in there pretty well. Otherwise, they can get hung up and it's hard to push that top cover down.
Now, they put a second one in. I don't know why. There's no hole down, there's no hole up, but whatever.
So I hope you like these videos. I've been trying to get better. I've been doing this for about 1.5 years now. I've gotten my car pretty much rebuilt. There should be videos on just about everything there is to do on an 84 Crossfire car. And of course, most of it is the same on any C4 car. So if you could like and subscribe to my videos. I'd greatly appreciate it. My goal is to get 1,000 people, and that's kind of hard on a Crossfire car or a C4 car because there's just not that many of them out there. But and my videos weren't all that good, right? So in the beginning. But in any case, let's put this throttle body back on. There's 2 dowel pins. Make sure that you get the dowel pins in the right spot. Sometimes they get stuck in the throttle body. Sometimes they're in the intake. So make sure that they're in the that you have them located. Also, make sure that you get that linkage connected from the one throttle body to the other. You can't do it once they're connected. All right, guys, thank you very much. Have a great day.